shipping lane, destroying 16 so far.
This comes as the Wall Street Journal reports less than 10 mines have been laid in the Strait of Hormuz, this critical oil passage where 20% of the world's oil passes through. President Trump overnight in a post on Truth Social threatened the regime if they do lay these mines in this critical thoroughfare.
Iran's also targeted cargo ships in that strait, hitting at least 3, setting them on fire, also sending drones into Gulf countries shot down by Bahrain, Kuwait, Oman, Saudi Arabia, and the UAE. And Fox's Trey Yingst in Tel Aviv also reports Iran's targeted Israel again, too.
New interceptions took place overnight over the heart of Tel Aviv, sending hundreds of thousands into bomb shelters 4 separate times. There is a significant amount of damage in Iran, though, as these U.S. and Israeli strikes continue, going after not only these launching positions, but also IRGC positions and other leadership just outside the capital of Tehran.
And there are several reports that Iran's new supreme leader, Mojtaba Khamenei, was wounded in his legs, the New York Times says, at the start of the war. Around the same time his father, the ex-supreme leader, was killed. Iran's national women's soccer team is making its way home with 6 fewer members after a controversial trip to a tournament in Australia where the women refused to sing their national anthem before a game, angering Iran.
Australian federal police removed the 5 players to a safe location where they were granted humanitarian visas. A 6th player and a team staffer also decided to stay in Australia, but one of those women spoke to her teammates and decided to return home instead.
Fox's Brian Yennis. There's tornado damage in 2 states and casualties.
We know 2 people now confirmed dead in Indiana from the severe storms. The tornado that hit there, likely the same tornado that hit this town in Illinois, is about 22 miles away from us.
Fox Weather's Katie Byrne in Kankakee. America's listening to Fox News.
You ever wonder why Verizon charges twice as much as Pure Talk for the same basic service? Think it might have something to do with the fact that Verizon spends $12 billion a year on advertising and promotion. That's billion with a B. Yeah, Pure Talk doesn't spend that kind of money on commercials. That's why they can offer unlimited talk, text, and plenty of data on a blazing fast 5G network for just $25 a month. Save an additional 50% off your first month when you dial pound 250 and say the words micro. That's pound 250, micro.
Honey, that flu keeping you up? Did you take NyQuil Intense Flu?
Nah, I got this. Okay, I don't got this.
Yeah, you need NyQuil Intense Flu.
Undo your flu with NyQuil Intense Flu. NyQuil Intense Flu provides powerful relief of your flu symptoms so you can sleep.
You do got this.
NyQuil Intense Flu. The nighttime sniffling, aching fever. Best sleep with the flu medicine. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Well, as the war with Iran rages a 12th day, the price of oil is up $3, back to $86 a barrel. Monday, it spiked over $100. As for gas, another 4-cent increase. The price at the pump is up 59 cents since the conflict started. Later this hour, we will get a pre-war inflation update on consumer prices last month. President Trump will hit the road today to focus on the economy. He'll visit a pharmaceutical company near Cincinnati, Ohio, and a packaging facility in northern Kentucky.
2 different things on the agenda. First, the effort to spotlight the administration's efforts to lower prescription drug costs. And the president's also going to examine where the U.S. economy stands 1 year into his second term.
Fox's Mark Meredith at the White House. That Trump trip to Kentucky is in the district of a Republican congressman he does not like, Thomas Massie. The president is backing a challenger, hoping to defeat Massie in the GOP primary. In Georgia, there was a special House election to replace another Republican whose relationship with the president soured, Marjorie Taylor Greene. She resigned in January. Since there were 17 candidates on the ballot yesterday, nobody got 50% of the votes.
Republican Clayton Fuller and Democrat Sean Harris advancing to an April 7th runoff in Georgia's 14th congressional district. Fuller, a former district attorney endorsed by President Trump. Harris, a retired Army brigadier general and cattle rancher who previously lost to Greene in the 2024 general election.
Fox's Kristen Goodwin. At the World Baseball Classic, the U.S. may be called out after Italy upset the American team last night 8-6.
Because Italy has a 3-0 record and Team USA finished 3-1, the U.S. needs help to stay alive. If Italy beats Mexico tonight, the United States would advance. But if Mexico beats Italy and Mexico scores fewer than 5 runs in a 9-inning victory, it would move on and the U.S. would be out. Game tonight, 7 o'clock Eastern.
That's Fox's Jared Max. In the NBA, Bam Adebayo scored 83 points, second most in a game ever, leading Miami to a win over Washington. I'm Dave Anthony, and this is Fox News.
Here's a look at local news. CSL building a new manufacturing facility at the company's Kankakee campus. Governor says $1.5 billion project will create 300 new full-time jobs while retaining more than 1,200 existing positions. University of Illinois mourning the death of a Nobel Prize-winning professor. Theoretical physicist Anthony James Leggett died Sunday at the age of 87. He had been the John D. and Catherine T. MacArthur Professor of Physics at the University of Illinois, Urbana-Champaign since 1983. More than a dozen polling locations closed Election Day in Champaign County, that due to an election judge shortage. Champaign County Clerk Aaron Ammons announcing that 15 polling locations are going to be closed March 17. All early voting and Election Day locations are available to any voter or any person eligible to be a voter in Champaign County. You're locally up to date from the Stevie J Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Jim.
Well, it happened exactly what Solier said. It was just going to come down, and guess what? It's come down. I know that some of the gauges around here are up to 5 inches, Gregory, over the course of a week or whatever. It's been, so not bad.
Yeah, and reports as well. Got a couple of more. Maybe we can get some of these cooperative observers up to dump the gauge, at least officially, 1.5 inches and climbing over at Willard and Savoy. But yeah, you want to add in the totals from recently, pushing 6 inches, and that was some hail that came on through in some of these storms that are continuing to shift east and south, and they are pretty nasty looking, making their way across the whole areas of the lower Wabash and southeast of Crawfordsville as we speak.
Well, we also had a couple. I think maybe a tornado in Pontiac, I think, touched down, and I saw a storm chaser in Kankakee.
Kankakee was the bigger one of the two. I mean, both of them you don't want to deal with, but what we call kind of a stove top type of tornado, from at least from the accounts that people were able to get some type of imagery on it, and that's just a top to bottom. What you see coming out of the cloud is the same dimension and width as basically what's sucking up things on the ground through Kankakee County. So that was another issue as well. And one of these classic spring storms, and you wanted rain as well. We got the rain too.
Well,
so there.
It's and I don't know what's in the mind of these storm chasers.
Yeah, that's not my cup of tea. So
tornado, everybody's seen the movie Twister.
Yes,
those things can switch, switch patterns pretty quickly.
Yeah, and especially if you're kind of a novice at it. I tried it once. I tried it once at NIU when I was in weather school. Not for me. Just not for me. So
if it turns, you're dead. So I guess, whatever.
And there have been chasers that were a few years ago. One of the more notable chasers was killed in a tornado outbreak, chasing the stuff around. So it happens.
Yeah, it does. Okay, so we appreciate meteorologist Greg Solier, brought to you this morning by the Urbana Park District.
Reminding you, spring break on the horizon, and for many, going on now. Lots of opportunities at the Urbana Park District as you explore your options at urbanaparks.org.
All right, meteorologist Greg Solier now with your detailed weather forecast. Good morning, sir.
Good morning to you guys. And even around the Kelowna area, got a little report coming in here that I guess some viaduct issues, some flooding, and so some street issues and some remaneuvering needed to be done according to the fire department out there because of the overnight rains. Again, the storms are bowed out. That means usually a signature of not only hail but high wind out north and west of Indianapolis. Pretty fierce storms around Putnam County. Warnings there. They extend all the way down to the southeast sections of Illinois and into parts of those overtly watered down and saturated 5 and 6 inch areas that we had a few days ago over the far southeastern parts of the state and southern Indiana. And we're pretty much at the mildest point that we'll get to for the day today. We had readings in the after overnight, at least midnight hours, in the 60s. We're now down to 58 over at Danville, 57 over at Willard and Savoy, now 57 at Rantoul. Readings are falling into the 40s as you venture out west and northwest of the I-55 corridor. Another round of rain that'll get us here this afternoon, streaking its way out of eastern and northern Missouri. And if you want some snow, that's coming down too through Nebraska and up into parts of Minnesota. We're not done with dealing with some of that stuff in here. We got a couple of cracks at it, as in snow. And what a roller coaster ride of temperatures and weather going on over the weekend, more so into next week. So windy, turning colder for the day today. Expect readings down around 42, 43 degrees by the time we hit the mid to late afternoon. As winds come around into the west and northwest and north, they'll pick on up 20 to 30 and gusty. The steadier and heavier rains will be moving on out. A bit of a break and then rains back in late morning and afternoon. New, by the way, flood watches, I should say flood advisories in Macon County from some of those overnight heavy rainfall totals, by the way. We'll see lows tonight down to about 29 with gradual clearing and diminishing wind. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, cooler, lighter wind. 47 is typical for almost mid-March with a northwest to west breeze, but the south winds pick up tomorrow night. They'll hit 40 miles an hour. Temperatures climbing out of the upper 30s to highs in the mid-50s on Friday, and a west wind to 40 miles per hour. At least we get some drying going on, I guess. 52 on Saturday. There'll be some rain moving in Saturday night, and maybe in the pre-dawn hours of Sunday, a little mixed snow, even some snowfall north of Champaign County, only 59 to 60. Actually, that's not bad on Sunday. Rain and a couple of thunderstorms in the afternoon, but then sharply colder air Monday, Tuesday, low to mid-30s for highs, down into the mid-teens and low 20s at night with a couple of snow showers and flurries Monday, and maybe a snow-rain mix around here for Wednesday next week with highs just in the 40s. For TVJ Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Soldier.
All right, buddy. Thank you so much. Great to have a great meteorologist on staff. ESPN 93.5. I'm Stevie J. There's Diane Ducey.
Woke up to darkness at my home in Tolono with no power. Boy, there was some thunder boomers last night.
Must have hit a transformer or something.
Very loud, and now we're in darkness, but maybe things have changed over the last hour.
Yeah.
I know the Unity High School had lights on, and some other homes as I was leaving the area and heading to Philo.
You can call that 800 number, see who's out.
That's right.
I don't know if you're Ameren. Eastern Illini Electric is our tower in Tolono, and that's okay, thankfully, and if Unity's on the same thing.
The bill's in my husband's name, and he had gotten a text talking about if you have down power lines and things like that, notify us at this number.
Yeah, well, that's part of storms, I guess, but again, tornadoes in the Kankakee area were the ones that people were looking at. And that's, we knew it was going to be a little bit dicey in some areas. Central Illinois it was. IHSA Boys State Basketball Tournament, we really care this year.
Yeah.
Because Unity High School has made it.
And we're facing Peoria Manual tomorrow at 2:30. Now, my notes are on my desk, but is it Quincy,
Notre Dame, and Farragut gets the second game.
That's right. And
that's
then
the Class 2A.
For third or fourth will be later on that evening then, around 8:30 at the State Farm Center for Class 2A.
Yeah, they play the same day if you lose, but you get a day off if you win. So Unity were to beat Peoria Manual, to be noon on Saturday. And it's not very common that you got to... They say 34,000 people will be in town for this. Does that count to 5,000 from Tolono, Philo, Pasodum, Sidorus, and Sydney?
We have Southern Champaign County planning to come. We are so excited about this Rocket basketball team and looking forward to talking with Coach Matt Franks when he comes in inside the next 10, 15 minutes
Stand
or so.
by for Matt Franks in just a few moments. Well, how about Keaton Wagler, ladies and gentlemen?
Keaton Wagler.
Keaton Wagler.
Keaton Wagler. Keaton Wagler.
Freshman Keaton Wagler.
You look at Wagler, there were whispers coming out of Champaign. He made a leap since he got to college.
Like, he doesn't get sped up at all. Feel for the game. He's so fun to watch.
Wagler step through. That is lethal. Wagler with 5. That's a big-time shot right there. Hey, Wagler's undeterred right now.
For a freshman, it's amazing to watch. It really is.
The game rewards you for playing the right way.
Keaton's consistency and how he's barely has an off game.
Your Big Ten Freshman of the Year. First one to win it since Kofi Coburn back in 2020. Remember the overall recruiting rankings. Oh, they weren't perfect, were they? Almost 18 points per game is an Illinois freshman scoring record. And sure enough, Keaton Wagler joins us to talk about being the Big Ten Freshman of the Year. And we referenced it there on the graphic. Your ranking coming out of high school was, they were like, according to them, 7 billion people who were better than you at basketball, apparently. How is it possible you were this far under the radar?
To be honest, I couldn't really tell you. I think maybe it was just, where I was from and then not playing on a shoe brand circuit team for AAU. Coaches just weren't really focused in on us, but, for me, it was just, trusting my coach, to put me in front of, high-level coaches, and if I go out there and perform, then the right coaches will find me.
What was Brad Underwood's recruitment of you like?
It was kind of crazy. The first time I ever talked to him, I was on the middle of a mid-major, on the way to a mid-major visit, and he called me. And the first time I talked to him, he gave me an offer. So it was kind of crazy, but I'm glad he did.
What did he say when he offered you?
He was just saying that he saw some film of me. His son Tyler Underwood really liked me, and he said he was gonna offer me. And it was funny because right when he said that, I lost connection with him. So I was like, "Oh my God, did this really happen?"
No, see what you were doing. You were just taking high status. You were like, "Sorry, bro, I'm at a mid-major visit."
Exactly. Can't talk to you anymor. No, listen, you got to give Tyler Underwood. This is on his resume.
Yeah.
I mean, Tyler Underwood, and I said back when he was a player with Io, didn't play much, but you could tell he was part of that inside kind of a unbelievable mediator.
Yeah.
He just had something going on, and I told both Brad and his wife Susan, I said, I think your son's going to be really good.
Mm-hmm.
Well, okay, I said that like 4 years ago.
Right.
Anybody remember? And so look at him. He's got the number one offense. He's the offensive coordinator. And the number one Ken Pom has ever seen in 25 years. The stats on the efficiency for the Fighting Illini offense. Anyway, Keaton's on Tyler's. No way Brad offers him on the first call if he doesn't have his son saying, we want him.
That's right.
That's a big get, and it's historic now. This is it, though. This will be his only year. It's going to be too much money as a top 10 pick. So, yeah, you know what? You'll want those kind of kids to join you, but you'd love to have more than a year. Yeah, it's going to be the same old, same old. That's what college basketball is. We have no idea who'll be on this team, so I suggest we enjoy the moments we have together. That's all you can do.
That's right.
Sports headlines.
Glad to have Keaton Wagler on our team, and the accolades coming his way. Also, senior Kylan Baldwell, all Big Ten defensive team, and we also had an honorable mention, and junior Jake Davis, Big Ten sportsmanship honoree. And, of course, we'll get ready for the game at 1:30 on Friday at the United Center as the number 4 seed. But who will we play? We've got some games going on today to take note of, with especially USC and Washington at 1:30, because they'll play Wisconsin.
Winner of that, yeah.
Right.
And USC still thinks they can make the tournament, so I would think USC will come out really wanting to win a couple of games. I don't think we'll play anybody but Wisconsin, but you never know.
You never know.
You never know.
Maryland beat Oregon yesterday 70-60, and Northwestern over Penn State 76-66. Northwestern's got Indiana at 5:30 this afternoon, and Maryland's got Iowa at 11 a.m.
Another team has to win is Indiana. They have to get at least 2 wins.
Okay.
Their total bubble. Right now they're listed as the first 4 out. So Indiana has to do well in this tournament. If they win 3, they're totally in. If they win 2, they might be. So.
And they've got Northwestern at 5:30. So taking note of some of those games. Always fun to watch the games over at Pia's. Big win, Illinois baseball over Western Illinois, and now they'll gear up for a series starting Friday at 6 against Minnesota. Parkland and DAC and the NJCAA tournament, all of that lining up for next week. Selection Sunday will come our way on Sunday. Stevie, I was just kind of out of it yesterday, I guess. I wasn't realizing that this is like right on the horizon here.
Well, here we are.
Here we are. And the women, too, will find out who they'll be playing. So excited about Selection Sunday coming up on Sunday.
All right.
We've been catching this Bam Ambadeo from the
NBA
Miami
player,
Heat.
83.
83 points.
Second most only to Wilt Chamberlain's 100. He scored way back in the 50s. Weather brought to you by Busey for over 158 years. It's Busey, member FDIC.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for Central Illinois. Champaign-Urbana vicinity. Hopefully you made it through A-OK in the barrage's severe weather. Now it's the soaking rains. An inch to an inch and a half already noted across the area. And climbing on area rain gauges. Cloudy, windy, colder days worth of weather. Temperatures on the way down already will settle into the lower 40s by evening time. As winds swing to the northwest and north, we'll get a break in the rainfall mid-morning and more rain back in this afternoon. Gone by this evening as we clear it off, drop the winds back and settle back to 29. Sunshine seasonal tomorrow at 47 on lighter winds. Winds will pick up tomorrow night, 39 and rising on 40-mile-an-hour southwest to south gusts. They'll hit 40 to 45 miles per hour out of the west during Friday, partly sunny, and 56. Back to somewhat cooler weather, becoming cloudy on Saturday, 52. Saturday night into Sunday, more rain may begin as perhaps some snow to the north of Champaign. Highs up to about 59 to 60 on Sunday, maybe some thunderstorms late in the day. Colder weather Monday and Tuesday, highs low to mid-30s with a couple of snow showers and flurries in for Monday as well. For Stevie J Broadcasting, I'm your just Greg Soldier.
Within the cities we call home, Busey Bank is more than a name. It's a commitment to your dreams. With Busey, Trusted guidance is tailored to empower you every step of the way. Whether it's seamlessly managing your finances or planning for your future, UC is dedicated to your financial success. UC Bank, building business, growing wealth since 1868. Member FDIC.
It's Stevie J Broadcasting.
I'm Charles Payne, and this is the Fox Business Report.
Oracle shares are up more than 10% after the software company reported a very strong quarter with revenue jumping 20%. The report calms concerns about it spending billions for building artificial intelligence data centers. Oracle also raised its forecast. Wall Street will be reacting today to the latest update on inflation, the consumer price index for February. Crude oil prices are narrowly higher, but still off the highs of early this week as investors continue to monitor developments with Iran. Cintas, the company that supplies businesses with everything from uniforms to first aid, is buying UniFirst, which also provides clothing for staffs. The deal is valued at $5.5 billion. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Jenny Cosola. Invested in you.
The world of business moves fast. Stay on top of it with the Fox Business Rundown every Monday and Friday. Fox Business reporters, anchors, and hosts will bring you beneath the stock market speculation and boardroom drama to tell you about the biggest business stories of today. Whether you're on Main Street or Wall Street, Fox Business is invested in you.
Listen to the Fox Business Rundown every Monday and Friday at foxbusinesspodcasts.com or wherever you download your favorite podcasts.
Hi, this is Butch Patrick, TV's Eddie Munster. Did you know that we were the first green family on TV, even though you saw us in black and white? And did you know that Grandpa Munster was making electricity in the dungeon? Well, now you can make your own electricity with Legacy Solar. And even if you don't have a coffin phone, make sure you pick up your phone and call Walter Pierce at Legacy Solar to get a free green evaluation for solar energy. And I'll send along a piece of Munster's autographed artwork as my gift to you for going green. Just call 217-722-4822 and ask for Walter Pierce.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the Unity High School Rockets are headed to the state finals in Champaign.
Yes, go Rockets.
Never happened in Champaign.
So excited here in Rocket
This is the
Nation.
culmination of Stevie J playing basketball at the Philo Grade School, old school outdoor hoop, dreaming of the last second shot at the Assembly Hall, and it's being fulfilled. The head coach of the Unity Rockets is Matt Franks.
Hi,
Long
Matt.
history here. Graduate of Unity High School in the year 2000. Went off and became a coach. 3 other head jobs before he got to Unity. How did it feel to come home?
You know, it's been something that I'm so grateful for. You know, when I first got hired and people would ask me that question, I'd say the same thing over and over and again. You know, first off, excitement, but then, you know, I grew up here, you know, and my experience at Unity was tremendous. You know, I was so fortunate. I had great teachers, great administrators, and then, you know, I had great coaches, and I was very, very fortunate. I had special teams, and the memories of the success of our teams and my teammates when I was a player here were just, you know, they're lifetime memories that now, and I say I get the opportunity to come back and give back to a community that gave so much to me, and so that just means the world to me, and so. Like I said, I've reached out to Coach Hamilton and Mr. Morrison and expressed my gratitude for bringing me back and giving me the opportunity. And so,
well, obviously they made a good pick. I mean, this is your 4th year, and you've done. Is this 4th year?
No, it's my 3rd year.
3rd year, and you've obviously done an outstanding job. This particular team, I think, is 33-2. Special class of kids that went to the state championship in football. What impressed me about your guys, and I don't know them. I met the Henry boys yesterday. They're great kids.
That was great.
But what really impressed me is they get off of a heartbreaking championship loss in football and show up Tuesday for you to play basketball. They could have taken a week off. You gave them that option.
Absolutely, and I've said this, and again, you know, special teams, special players. I had reached out to a number of coaches, and this is kind of an interesting story. You know, and there's a lot of, you know, coaches in our area, Gibson City, Monticello, that have had deep, you know, football success. And I reached out to those coaches, but I reached out to Byron's head coach, their head basketball coach, you know, just because, you know, 2 years ago, his team did the same exact thing, where the football team went and won a state championship, and then his basketball team was down here in Champaign. So I just, I call him and we're talking, and he goes, it's just unique. It's kind of case by case. And so fast forward, our kids have an amazing state championship football game that was, if you weren't there, I mean, it was one of the most exciting football games you've ever watched. And so the game ends, and I meet with the guys on Sunday. They come in. I just say, hey, just want to come in. I want to see you. And I said, I trust you. I met with all the varsity football players that played basketball. I met with them, and I said, I trust you. I believe in you guys. You take what you need. If you need 2 days, you need 10 days, you need whatever you need to get your body and everything right, because this is going to be a long, special season. Go home, talk to your families, do what's best for you individually. And like I said, that Monday practice, I almost teared up because every single guy was there.
That's amazing.
And so it was just, it just a testament to them. You're right. They go from the highs of a state championship football game to let's get to work the next day. And that's just who they are. Like I fully anticipate on Monday there'll be a baseball and track because that's what they do. So again, it was, like I said, it was that Monday. Again, most people don't tear up the first day of Monday basketball practice,
awesome.
But them showing up was just a testament to them.
Unity High School basketball coach Matt Franks. Okay, so you make this run, you get past the big dog, which I guess would be Teutopolis, who doesn't have football. They're all in on basketball. An amazing last-second win. Then you go to Pontiac and you beat a very good Bishop McNamara team. Now you face Peoria Emanuel, who plays mostly a 3A schedule. You've played Peoria Emanuel when you coached in Morton. What do you know about Peoria Emanuel, and how tough of an opponent is this?
Oh, it's a great opponent and a very daunting task. I mean, Peoria Emanuel is just known nationally in the basketball world. I mean, they've had just a historic run of amazing players. I mean, we know them well here in Champaign because of the U of I and the great, Frankie Williams, Sergio McLean, Jerry Hester. I mean, the list. I mean, we're just rattling off names of guys that have come through there that played at that level. I mean, it was unbelievable. The players, Marcus Griffith, right? You could just keep going on and on and on. So it's a basketball. It's a basketball school, and it's a school that just lives and breathes it, and it's a way of life at Peoria Emanuel. They're over here all the time at the state series. It's gonna be a great challenge for our kids. They just come at you in waves. They're relentless in their pressure and in their effort. They're without a doubt the best rebounding team that we've played against, and so it's going to be a great challenge.
Got to rebound and probably don't run with them.
They like to run a lot.
Tempo, the tempo's a big one.
We talked about this. I said so if you throw out their first, they've had 5 postseason games, and their first one they were kind of sleepwalking. After that, their average margin of victory has been 26 points. So they're good.
Okay, well, you're good news, Matt. Your kids don't lack confidence, right? Your guys have been there. They know they're going to be facing a tough team, but they're not going to back down. Not this bunch of kids, huh?
Absolutely. I mean, that's you say it 15 million times. They're special, and special kids, from a standpoint of being intimidated or the stage being too bright, that's not something that's going to impact our guys. They're gonna battle. I mean, so that's just all you can ask for them, and we get a few shots to fall and hope we're there in the end.
Well, listen, congratulations. I really appreciate you running in, not like you have nothing to do. You have a practice today, and what's the schedule tomorrow? Do we know?
So we're practice today. We'll do our normal, pregame, day before game routine. And then tomorrow, like I said, we're going to try to keep routine oriented, but it's also just a special experience for our guys. So you also, just the whole experience. The coming, going to the hall and you park in the tunnel.
You're not going to do the Gene Hackman, get the tape measure out and measure the hoop, make sure it's 10 feet. Okay, Hoosiers did that. And also you have you have pep rally today.
Well, and here's today is just it's a crazy morning. So the power is out. Like right now, Unit 7 didn't have school today because we don't have power.
Oh my!
And so the buses couldn't run. So it's just kind of that domino. Like the power's back now, but the dominoes have already set in stone, I guess. So I'm waking up to that, and then Yeah, we were going to have Pep Assembly, but we just don't have power. You know,
Yeah, okay, I got you.
Just a host of things going on. So
Well, and the Unit 7 was going to dismiss early tomorrow so we could get to that game. So the elementary schools are all ready to go. Junior high was going to be out at 1 tomorrow. Let's hope everything's fine with the power.
Yeah, fingers crossed, fingers crossed. So, yeah, I think, so back in the routine. And you know, it's funny you make the Hoosiers joke. We can't joke about that with kids because they've never seen the movie. They won't get those jokes.
Yeah, they were. You were a kid when that movie came out too, right?
My dad made me watch it 20 times.
I'm sure.
Well, and speaking of family, Frank's fan name has been around here since the 1800s. So your dad's the terrific mayor here, and just to have that kind of support, the Franks clan. There's a lot of them that support and are there every game, and must be just really cool to be here. By the way, they call it Tolono Unity. Can we petition and say Philo Unity?
Now.
You've had that for a while, so why don't we just switch that?
But you know a funny story about the Tolono Unity, Philo Unity. One year, and I was a little guy, but I remember this. We were playing at a Thanksgiving tournament down at, it's called the Capital Classic. It still goes on. It's a great tournament down at Lawrenceville, Red Hill. And it's the day game of the second, shift. And so you can imagine the day game in a Thanksgiving tournament. And I don't know who, but there was a Philo member that had convinced the announcer before they announced, the starters and whatnot. He goes in from Philo Unity.
Okay.
So that was the one claim, the one time at a Capital Classic game in 96 that it was said. So
you've had it for 45 years. Let's go ahead and change it.
Yeah.
Anyway, Matt Franks, terrific coach for Unity High School, rooting for you big time. Go get those Peoria Manual. What's the nickname?
Rams.
The Rams. Go get those Rams and see if you can rock the world and win a state championship. But we're proud, certainly, of what you've done, how you've represented us, and congratulations on all the success now and what's coming. So
thanks again, and thanks for all your support.
You betcha.
No problem.
Matt
Go
Franks,
Rockets.
head basketball coach for Unity High School, headed to the semifinal tomorrow against a very tough Peoria Manual Ram team. That's right. All right, we will check your news, and Brother Johnny coming up next.
Drive in, drive out. Recycling's what Max is all about. You can make some cash and do your share. We make it really simple because we care. It doesn't matter large or small. Our friendly staff will handle it all. Starting it over is what we do at Max Twin City Recycling.
Fox News, I'm CJ Pop. He's now the supreme leader in Iran, but is he nursing injuries?
Israeli and Iranian officials have told several media outlets that Iran's new supreme leader was lightly wounded in the legs on day one of the war. One Israeli official saying that could explain why Mojtaba Khamenei hasn't been seen in public.
Fox's Jonathan Savage in London. He took over his father, who was killed in airstrikes. Severe storms spawn a deadly tornado in the Midwest.
Tragic update here. We know 2 people now confirmed dead in Indiana from the severe storms. The tornado that hit there, likely the same tornado that hit this town in Illinois, about 22 miles away from us. National Weather Service will have teams out today surveying that damage and determining the final track of the storm.
Fox Weather's Katie Byrne reporting from Kankakee, Illinois. America's listening to Fox News.
Here's a look at local news. More than a dozen polling locations closed on Election Day in Champaign County due to an election judge shortage. Champaign County Clerk Aaron Ammons says 15 polling locations closed that day. All early voting at Election Day locations are available to any voter or any person eligible to be a voter in Champaign County. A group of Iranian students and sympathetic allies gathered at Anniversary Plaza Friday, a rally in support of the U.S.-Israel campaign in Iran. Iranians flew Iran's former Lion and Sun flag, which is banned under the current Iranian regime, as well as the American flag. Spend the day with your furry friend. The Champaign Park District announcing a new event, perfect for you and your dog. Lucky Dog 5K taking place March 14, 9:30 a.m. at Heritage Park on West Bradley Avenue. Runners and walkers are all welcome regardless if they have a dog. Enjoy the event. You're locally up to date from the Stevie J Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Jim Miller.
Let me check your weather. Brought to you this morning by Kurt Lenschow over at State Farm Insurance. Like a good neighbor, Kurt and State Farm are there. And by Watts Copy Systems. you might want a free evaluation of your operation with your copier. It might save a lot of money on particularly copy when you're doing color copies. 217-352-0428 for Watts Copy Systems. We had 1.5 inches of rain overnight, some tornadic activity up near Kankakee and Pontiac, and hail around here. A lot of storm, about 5 inches of rain over the last week around here. Here's Greg.
Look at everyone. The check weather for Central Illinois, Champaign, and vicinity. The rough stuff continuing to make its way across Indiana and down towards the Ohio, as in hail and high wind reports. Soaking rains across the area will be winding on down, coming to an end mid-morning. Another band of rain will move in from the west and southwest later this morning and this afternoon. Temperatures all the way down already as winds swing to the northwest and north at 20 to 30 and gusty, down to 29 with gradual clearing and diminishing wind for tonight. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, cooler and 47, seasonal for the time of year. South winds pick up 20 to 30, gust to 40 miles per hour tomorrow night. Temps in the 30s and rising. Windy, not so chilly in the 50s on Friday. Partly sunny. Southwest to west wind gusting better than 40 miles per hour. Becoming cloudy Saturday, cooler at about 52. Saturday night into Sunday, periods of rain might begin as a mix to snow or snow to the north of Champaign. We'll see highs close to 60 on Sunday. A late day thunderstorm chance. Windy, blustery, colder weather. Highs of only 31 Monday, 35 Tuesday. A couple of snow showers and flurries on Monday. More moisture mid next week. For Stevie J Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solier.
Okay, well, just FYI, just so you know, right now it's 62 degrees, but next Tuesday we'll wake up at 13.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Not so much on St. Patrick's Day. Have to bundle up in our green. And the finale for voting.
Yeah,
the
well,
primary
that's,
election is going on.
It'll be cold on Tuesday. All right, 7:36, Brother Johnny has jumped on from Bible study where we all should be on our knees 24/7 for the Lord. Johnny, how are you?
I'm good, and I was just up there. Steve, what are you talking about? It was 75 and sunny.
I know.
Friday.
You're a little up and down here in March as we got March Madness, and no more madness than at Unit 7 with Unity High School taking on the legendary Peoria Manual team tomorrow at 2:30.
Yeah, no kidding. That's great, though. Good job, Unity.
And Matt has this is his fourth head coaching job. He was Shelbyville, Tuscola, Morton, and now Unity comes home. He was a 2000 graduate of Unity, and the kid is just, I don't know what to tell you. What have they won in his 3 seasons?
Well, what is it, 33 wins?
33-2 this year, and I think he got to 24-25 the last 2 years. And he obviously is a terrific coach, and he's got a tough opponent, but he's had history with Jarrett Brown, who's up at East Peoria, has a very good team up there. And Coach Brown has been talking to Matt about Peoria Manual, and obviously they're athletic, and you've got to be careful running their game. And they had a running clock in their super sectional game, winning by over 30. So they're tough.
Well,
tough
look,
opponent.
we're a good basketball team. We can probably beat anybody, so see how we do.
Yep, you betcha.
I think it's great to be up in the assembly hall now, too.
Oh, man.
It's moved away, but it's back.
Yeah, it's back, and it's the first time the Unit 7 kids get to walk on the assembly hall floor.
So
wow.
Great. That's great.
That is so cool. Anyway, we're good to have you, Johnny, as we look at the world. You look at Iran, you look at the reports we're getting, apparently they were trying to put bombs in the Strait of Hormuz, and Donald Trump's administration promptly blew up 16 of them at the dock.
Okay.
No doing that.
16 mine layers.
Mine layer boats, and so they got rid of those. I don't know much what they got. If they have any Navy left, they're hiding them. Because we pretty much
I don't think they can hide anything right now.
I don't understand how anybody could report anything but overwhelming success. But that's not what you're hearing on 90% of the media. He's dragged us into a war. He's going to send our soldiers to die. I mean, what the world are we doing? We're America. Can't we at least root for our team?
What I'll tell you is Diane, if someone tells you, hey, Stevie J just robbed a bank uptown, I heard, you'd probably say, who told you that?
Right.
Because he didn't do it.
Right.
And so you got to check where it's come from. You know, these are the same people who were lauding Barack Obama for the Iran nuclear deal, peace on earth, which stopped the Iranians from developing 3 mountains full of nuclear generating facilities for enriched uranium, and they were about to get a missile that could get here, and all they wanted to do was blow somebody up. And And so Trump canceled the deal and kind of took the teeth out of them because he put sanctions on them. They didn't have any money. Biden gets in, and he gives them the money back. And they just about blow up the Middle East. And so this is where the people who are complaining, it's the same ones that are basically cheering for Iran and trying to stop us from what we're doing. And I don't know what to tell you except if we get these people in charge, they're probably going to go give what's left of the regime money and open our borders again. You know, this is the regime is hell-bent on death to America and Israel, and the Democrats are simply unable to stop the progressives from trying to tear down every pillar of this society.
Yeah.
You know?
That's a way,
I don't know what else is... Yeah,
that's the way to put it. The Democrats are allowing the progressives to want to absolutely trash what we've done here for the 250 years. I think the real people come out on moments like this, the Save America Act. Here's what the Save America Act proposes, okay? All voters must show voter ID. All voters must show proof of citizenship in order to vote. No mail-in ballots except for illness, disability, military, or travel. No men and women's sports. No transgender mutilation surgery for children. Now, this is 80%, even 72% from Democrats. These are 80 to 90% issues. And the Republicans won't go along. The Senate, John Thune said, I can't get the votes. What in the world? I don't understand. They got to get to 60, and I know they're not going to be able to do that. But what a shame, for people to not want to trust their system. If you have 80% all over America, 80, that's counting Republicans and Democrats, that agree with this. What's our problem with our representatives?
Well, there's no problem. That's how they hold power. They have it under control right now. They don't want to change that. I've been complaining about this for around 40 years.
Yep.
And it's gotten worse. But the good news is that we're on to them. At least we know those are the things, those are the problems. You're going to see the Democrats will probably win the midterms because they will never pass that bill. They will never pass that bill. And they'll give them ice. Okay, take anybody you want. We're not passing that bill because they're going to get back in power if they don't change it because they're winning elections when they're on the wrong side of about 80% issues. How do you think that happened?
Mm-hmm.
It's called mail-in ballots. It's called non-citizen votes. Half the people who voted for Mondani weren't American citizens. That was New York. I guess they can do whatever they want. But these are federal elections. You're supposed to be a United States citizen. And they just ignore it. You're supposed to clean your voter rolls. They're not doing it.
Here's Benny Johnson talking to Rand Paul about this stuff.
What is to become of the SAVE Act? We're hearing a lot of mixed messaging now, and of course now John Thune saying that it's just people being paid to be a thorn in my side, a thorn in my paw. It's very annoying. It's very insulting. But this is something that the American people want. I mean, you're able to see the election raids in Georgia and in Maricopa County yesterday. We just had on two guests that were talking about exactly like how critical our election infrastructure is and how China has hacked it. I mean, explicitly, that information is going to come out. It just seems like a critical time to pass this legislation.
Yeah, I'm for the SAVE Act and for the federal government saying you have to show an ID for federal elections. I will say, though, that each state should act, and we shouldn't give up also on the states acting. For example, in my state, after 2020, I pushed and pushed and pushed, and we now only vote on paper. We have paper ballots 100%. We vote in person, 98, 99% in person. You have to sign an affidavit, and it's a felony. My wife and I went in to vote, and I was going to be in Washington. I voted absentee. My wife said, well, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be in Washington, but she didn't want to sign the affidavit saying she wasn't going to be there because she wanted to obey the law. So she ended up not signing and ended up finally voting in person. But we vote in person, and that is a good way. So, but there are many states. Look, Arizona, Utah, all these Western states are mailing out universal ballots. They've been Republican states. Why in the world are they mailing out ballots to everybody? The states also should act, get rid of mail-in ballots, and require an ID.
I don't know, Johnny. It's probably not going to happen.
Well, and it's true. And of course, as you mail the ballots in and they come in boxes, you can say, well, these are for sure good votes. How do you know that? Well, we're checking signatures. Well, in Colorado, for example, they'll sign their envelope that they mail the ballot in across the seal. That's their signature. So they take the ballot out. There's no signature on that. Now you're just like counting dollar bills, Steve. You just have to run about 10,000 votes with people who haven't voted for 10 years, whether they're even still alive or not, and put them in the unmonitored drop boxes. That's all it takes. By the way, you can print a ballot at home. They call them sample ballots, and you can get online print. No, it's too loose. And you're seeing a lot of people that are in office that may not have gotten in office the way as we anticipated they should. And that's not the people that, by the way, it's not the Democrats themselves cheating. It's not the candidate, right? It's the party and the infrastructure and the nonprofits and the supporters. It's an institution that harvests the ballots, that delivers ballots for people, that helps people vote, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And it's way, way, way out of control in terms of something that as important as who's leading the country. And I think one thing we probably all could agree on, it's very important who's leading the country, because different things are going to happen.
Boy, is it important. Unbelievable night and day of what's happened here. All right. Our friend Ed Martin, by the way, will jump on Friday at this time. He's, of course, senior Justice Department official, pardon attorney for Donald Trump. He joined us forever.
And wait, by the way, they say we want to talk about lowering the rhetoric. And, of course, in the Washington Post, it says, Ed Martin in the crosshairs. You know, it's just constant because he wouldn't hire DEI attorneys.
Yeah, no, that's right. All right, so we jumped to Newt Gingrich. I've always liked Newt Gingrich. I think he speaks truth, and I like what he says about the importance. 3 things he says Donald Trump must do right now or we're in trouble with all this.
Look, there are 3 huge challenges that this administration has tackled. The first is that, and they should have frankly moved on this on day one, they have to keep the Strait of Hormuz open.
Yes.
I don't care what it costs. If they can't keep it open, this war will in fact be an American defeat before very long, because the entire world, including the American people, will react to the price of oil if the Strait stays closed very long. So I lived through this with Reagan, as you did, in the late 80s. Keeping the Strait open is the number one job because it buys you time for the 2 other jobs. The second job is we're going to discover that the Revolutionary Guard is tougher than we thought it was, better connected, and have at least 200,000 people who are true believers, and they have no future. I mean,
right.
Trump can say unconditional surrender.
Right.
These folks know if they lose power, they have no future. And the third challenge is, how do you arouse and organize the street, the 85 million or so people in Iran who do not want the current regime, but they're unarmed, they're unorganized, and that has to be solved. These 3 problems are going to decide whether this was a stroke of genius or, frankly, a step into quicksand. And I think that the president has to focus very hard on solving these 3 issues.
Do you agree, Johnny?
Yeah. I mean, the Strait of Hormuz is key because we can't, the Americans just can't take it, and the Chinese will be pretty ruffled. So that's going to be the most disruptive thing. The Iranian, the Revolutionary Guard is, I don't know if you can root them out or not. And I don't think they're going to be able to do a whole lot of harm in the near term. We do know if they stand, they'll just go right back to building any kind of weaponry and causing any kind of mischief that they can cause. And of course, another thing I did hear, they want to activate cells in America, that just kind of makes me boil, because what cells in America? Well, you know, we had 20 million people come in. There's probably some of them have their cells. They shouldn't be in here to activate, but they're going to certainly have people wanting to commit terrorist acts, and this is why we're fighting the war. And we had them kind of neutralized when Trump was in office, but boy, when we unleashed them again, went back to the deal, give them the money, look what's happened. And they just completely they've been kind of squelched, so they exploded into giving money to Hezbollah, the Houthis, and Hamas. And look what's happened.
No, I know.
And these people aren't going to stop, and they're getting better technologically. So I think we know the reason. It's because they want to harm us, and you can wait till they nuke something. I mean, we could do that, but I don't think that's a good idea.
Well, here's Ted Cruz yesterday about this subject.
Are you concerned about sleeper cells? There's been discussion of that.
Look, the risk of terrorism right now is quite high. We tragically saw in Austin, Texas, just last weekend, we saw a terrorist attack. We also saw another terrorist attack in New York City. There is a heightened danger of terrorism right now, and I will say it is particularly indefensible that Democrats have shut down the Department of Homeland Security while we are facing an enhanced terrorist risk. The Department of Homeland Security exists to guard against terrorist attacks. The danger has never been higher than right now, particularly after 4 years of open borders under Joe Biden. We know that radical Islamic terrorists entered this country, and there's a vulnerability all across this country. It is disgraceful and indefensible for the Democrats to vote party line not to fund the Department of Homeland Security right now. We need to open it up and fully fund it.
Well, exactly what you said, Johnny. Exactly what you said.
And I'll tell you something else, and you know, I can only say what's on my mind because what is it Kennedy said? I have the right to remain silent, but not the ability. And so the truth is, I think we've got the threat of Iran under control right now for the short term. And we still have to talk about Russia and China. But if you want to talk about a threat to this country, you can look at the Democrats who are leading the party with the progressives running the show in this country on the inside, doing things like shutting down DHS because they want different rules for ICE, which has nothing to do with it's in the same area, but they're not going to be able to stop that. That's a separate issue. They're just holding our safety hostage to get what they want, and they should have DHS open right now. That's the third largest department in our federal government, and it's exactly for the reason we need them right now.
Well,
and so it's a terrible thing that the way these folks are operating, and it's really I'd say they're like first and second graders, but I don't know any first and second graders like them. So
that's right. Well, it's like I have Democrats led by progressives on my basketball bench, and they want me to lose. That's not going to work on a good team. That's just not going to work. And
no, exactly. They're contrary to our values, our mission. And I say every pillar. Look at it, whether it's law enforcement, whether it's religion, whether it's voting, everything about whether it's merit. Everybody has a chance to work up based on their ability, not on what they look like or how they think. It's just everything that made America great is under assault by the progressive movement, which has right now control of the Democratic Party. So it's a bad deal for the Democrats, and it's a bad deal for us.
Well, good news. You got to go back and pray for us all, Johnny, back in Bible study.
Yeah, I think that's it. God's always been with us.
Yeah.
And you can go all the way back. Diane, read a little about George Washington. He'll tell you.
Okay.
That's right. No, that was
he was very religious, and he always thanked God for what he was able to do to help us start one of the greatest countries in history. So, still proud to be here, and hopefully things will go okay, and the evil in Iran will be squelched, and the 90 million Iranians will have a much better life. It's a little bit of a pipe dream, but
exciting potential. It'd be unbelievable if the right person got in charge and everybody kind of fell in line. Johnny, thank you. We'll call you Friday with Ed Martin on Friday at 7:35. So thanks so much.
And we have two. Well, actually, I'll talk to you before the Illinois game, but tomorrow afternoon it's Unity High School.
Yep.
Peoria Manual, and let's go Rockets.
Let's go Rockets. Thanks, Johnny. Appreciate it very much. Thank you. Brother Johnny down in New Orleans. Weather brought to you by the Urbana Park District.
Reminding you, if you need a summer camp or a summer job, or you're investigating some spring break options. The pool will be open. Make sure you investigate at urbanaparks.org.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for Central Illinois. Champaign-Urbana vicinity. Hopefully you made it through A-OK in the barrage of severe weather. Now it's the soaking rains. An inch to an inch and a half already noted across the area. And climbing on area rain gauges. Cloudy, windy, colder days worth of weather. Temperatures on the way down already will settle into the lower 40s by evening time. As winds swing to the northwest and north, we'll get a break in the rainfall mid-morning and more rain back in this afternoon. Gone by this evening as we clear it off, drop the winds back and settle back to 29. Sunshine seasonal tomorrow at 47 on lighter winds. Winds will pick up tomorrow night, 39 and rising on 40 mile an hour southwest to south gusts. They'll hit 40 to 45 miles per hour out of the west during Friday, partly sunny and 56. Back to somewhat cooler weather, becoming cloudy on Saturday, 52. Saturday night into Sunday, more rain may begin as perhaps some snow to the north of Champaign. Highs up to about 59 to 60 on Sunday, maybe some thunderstorms late in the day. Colder weather Monday and Tuesday, highs low to mid-30s with a couple of snow showers and flurries in for Monday as well. For Stevie J Broadcasting, I'm your just Greg Soldier.
It seems like the cost of everything is on the rise, but Erie Insurance can help make sure your auto insurance premium isn't one of them. Avoid rate increases with Erie Rate Lock. Even if you have a claim, your rates won't go up until you change a car, driver, or address.
Your Erie agent in Champaign is Thomas & Ellers Insurance.
Erie Rate Lock is not available in all states. Other conditions and limitations at erieinsurance.com. Go to erieinsurance.com for company licensure and product details.
What is most important to you in your life? This is Eric Boland with Provident Financial Group. Whether you're launching a career, raising a family, planning for retirement, or creating a legacy, we can help. At Provident, we provide strategic thinking and perspective that help clients like you realize their goals. Contact us today at 217-366-3456 or find us online at providentfinancialgroupllc.com.
Securities offered through Raymond James Financial Services, Inc., member FINRA SIPC. Provident Financial Group is not a registered broker-dealer and is independent of Raymond James Financial Services. Investment advisory services offered through Raymond James Financial Service Advisors, Inc.
All right, where are you again? Nashville. Nashville, Tennessee. Steve Suderman at Good Vibes, where he is learning about all the cool things. That's just got to fire you up because particularly men love the toys and the electronics. So what are you seeing in Nashville? What are you doing there?
Well, I'm a member of a group. It's a big group, and it's a wonderful group. They get the vendors in front of us. We get to see the executives, the product people, and the new products that are going to be selling for the fall and winter season coming up. But it's being part of ProSource is one of the most valuable things that I ever did for us. When I'm one of the longest members. When they asked who was there for a year, 5 years, 10 years, I was the last guy standing when they said 30. So,
all right, Steve.
But I have seen
yeah, that's awesome.
I've seen the future of TV, and its name is RGB. And Samsung's got it, Sony's got it, LG's going to have it. LG's going to stay true to OLED for a while as their flagship stuff, but the wave of the future is going to be this RGB. All the colors of TV are in one micro thing the size of a pinpoint, and they're bright like crazy. They're just unbelievable. So
when will I see that in Good Vibes at the Round Barn Champaign?
Probably in 60 days.
Wow, how fun is that?
So sooner than later.
Yeah. And same old, real expensive at the beginning, but be patient.
Yeah.
Okay.
They'll be 130-inch one by Christmas, and it'll be like the price of a car. But
130 inches. Wait a minute, 130 inches.
Yeah, big like a projector screen, only at the TV. So that's yeah, it was awesome.
All right.
And you've never seen anything
stuff.
that bright and clean and clear, huh?
And every year they just push the envelope. And then we get the motivational stuff to go with that.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty pumped and had fun driving down here. Got picked up Brian Barnhart on the Maryland game.
Oh, good.
Nice.
All right.
That was unbelievable.
Yeah, that was too close.
I'm glad I didn't have to watch it because it sounded painful.
I was way too much body English for that game. Way too much.
Yeah.
Anyway, well, listen, have fun, man. It's so fun making new friends, Steve. You're the senior guy now. You're the patriarch.
Yep, I am. But, I got to go. I got meetings coming up. And
in 1 minute, you got to go, Bubba. All right, talk soon. Way to go, Bubba.
All right,
thank you. That's Steve Suderman in Nashville. RGB is the wave of television.
But you can visit the store near Round Barn, near the DMB at Good Vibes.
What do you mean 130-inch?
Wow.
98 takes up the wall.
It's like a home theater for sure.
We could put it right there in front of me.
Let's do it.
Take all that.
Come on, Steve.
12 is 130 divided
Make
by
it happen.
12. That's over 10 feet. Why doesn't the Memorial Stadium just get that?
Who needs a Jumbotron?
Yeah, we'll just get one of those. It's RGB.
Yes.
Cost about the same as what we're doing at Memorial Stadium. Whew. Anyway, that's cool. All right, the news is next. You're always welcome on the Fisher National Bank text line, 217-359-2255. Anything you hear, you can always comment. We'll be right back. That's Diane Ducey.
Good morning.
I am Stevie J on this March 11 at 8 o'clock. You're listening to WSJK ESPN 93.5 Tuscola, Champaign-Urbana, your home for the St. Louis Cardinals.
We just got a key update to the economy. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. The inflation report for February coming in just like predicted.
Month over month, a gain of 0.3% expected. Year over year, a gain of 2.4%. That's the annual rate. Again, year over year as expected. That's also the previous number we got for January CPI.
That's Fox Business Network Cheryl Casoni. This check of consumer prices, though, is pre-war inflation. The price of oil is back up to $87 a barrel this morning. Gas is up another 4 cents. AAA's national average for regular, 59 cents higher than before the conflict started. And Iran keeps trying to disrupt fuel supplies, bombing 3 cargo ships in the Strait of Hormuz. They've also been putting mines in that strait. The U.S. has destroyed 16 Iranian mine-laying boats. Interior Secretary Doug Burgum just told Fox.
President Trump has made it very clear the consequences if they try to do that. And there's a lot of options between ourselves and our allies in the region, including our Arab friends in the region, to make sure that those straits keep open and that energy keeps flowing.
And Iran's also been firing drones into Gulf countries that have been shot down. And
overnight, more Iranian ballistic missiles soared through the skies of central Israel. Even just a few minutes ago, we had sirens here in the second largest city of Tel Aviv. Many missile interceptions taking place overnight.
Fox's Trey Yingst also reports from Tel Aviv.
Thousands of targets in Iran being hit by U.S. and Israeli planes. The Israelis telling Fox News just about an hour ago they launched a new round of strikes against Iran and Hezbollah positions.
Now, Fox's Steve Harrigan's in Armenia near the Iran border.
From Iran's chief of police, a stern warning to his own people, saying that any protesters out on the street will be treated like enemy combatants, that they will be killed. He said security forces have their fingers on the triggers.
This after a crackdown on protests before the war killed thousands in Iran. At least 2 people dead in Lake Village, Indiana after a tornado hit. Also damage across in Illinois. America's listening to Fox News.
You ever wonder why Verizon charges twice as much as Pure Talk for the same basic service? Think it might have something to do with the fact that Verizon spends $12 billion a year on advertising and promotion? That's billion with a B? Yeah. Pure Talk doesn't spend that kind of money on commercials. That's why they can offer unlimited talk, text, and plenty of data on a blazing fast 5G network for just $25 a month. Save an additional 50% off your first month when you dial pound 250 and say the words micro. That's pound 250, micro.
Oh, how's that flu, babe? Did you take Dayquil Intense Flu yet?
Nah, I got this. Ugh, okay, I don't got this.
You stay on the couch, and I'll grab the Dayquil.
Undo your flu symptoms with Dayquil Intense Flu. Dayquil Intense Flu provides powerful relief of your flu symptoms.
I'm ready for that to-do list.
Wow, you do got this.
Dayquil Intense Flu. The daytime coughing, aching, fever, under your flu, medicine. Use as directed, keep out of reach of children.
On Wall Street, after that inflation report, stock futures are down about 200 points for the Dow. More long security lines loom at airports as TSA employees keep working without pay. Some haven't showed up as funding for Homeland Security remains held up by Democrats in Congress demanding immigration enforcement reforms. And related to that drama, a change that'll help Americans flying back from other countries.
The global entry program was put on hold February 22nd because of the partial Department of Homeland Security shutdown. It's back up again. DHS saying in a statement, we are working hard to alleviate the disruptions to travelers caused by the Democrats' shutdown. Global Entry fast-tracks the return of travelers who sign up and pay for it and are pre-vetted for security for 5 years. A similar program for travel within the U.S., TSA PreCheck, was put on hold, then reinstated the same day. Chris Foster. Fox News.
Speaking of returning home, Iran's national women's soccer team making their way back to Iran, but with fewer members after a controversial trip to Australia that led to them and their families facing threats from Iran at home.
6 players and 1 staff member had accepted offers of Australian visas after playing in a continental soccer tournament. There were fears for the team's safety after they refused to sing the Iranian anthem before one of their games. But one woman has decided to go home after all. Home Affairs Minister Tony Burke saying in Australia, people can change their minds.
My officials made sure this was her decision and every question you would want asked was asked.
The rest of the players had to move location because the woman who wanted to leave called the Iranian embassy to come pick her up. Jonathan Savage, Fox News.
At the World Baseball Classic, Team USA could be out.
Judge swings and misses, and Italy has pulled off a stunner.
Italy beat the U.S. 8-6 on FS1, so now the Americans have to watch another game tonight that decides their fate. If Italy beats Mexico, Italy and the U.S. advance to the quarterfinals. If Mexico wins but scores fewer than 5 runs, the U.S. is eliminated. I'm Dave Anthony, and this is Fox News.
So confusing. So wait a minute, under
and
5
this is
runs.
baseball, so.
Yeah, it's a baseball. It's this thing they do. I don't like it. I wouldn't want my guys playing in that.
Right.
They get hurt. Season hasn't even started.
Well, and are there Major League Baseball players on the team?
Lots of them.
Okay.
But you got they're all Major League playing on America, but there's also Major League playing in Dominican Republic.
True.
And, so they're all over.
Well, Team USA is rooting for Italy to beat Mexico today.
Or if Mexico wins but scores under 5 runs. So I don't get the run thing.
Okay.
All right. Well, root for who? Mexico. No, root
Italy.
for Italy.
To beat Mexico.
Well, they'll probably lay down after they beat America because they want America out.
Right.
That just shows you Abner Doubleday, the dude from America, how this has become worldwide. And James Naismith, little peach basket, kind of become worldwide.
Okay.
Yeah. They never thought for years to cut a hole in the basket. They kept getting a ladder. And the ball went through like a basketball hoop, except it was up there, so you had to get a ladder out.
Wow.
And somebody said after about 5 years, let's just cut a hole in it. And they went, that's a great idea. All right, 8:06.
Here's a look at local news. More than a dozen polling locations closed Election Day in Champaign County, that due to an election judge shortage. Champaign County Clerk Aaron Ammons announcing that 15 polling locations are going to be closed March 17. All early voting and Election Day locations are available to any voter or any person eligible to be a voter in Champaign County. CSL building a new manufacturing facility at the company's Kankakee campus. Governor says $1.5 billion project will create 300 new full-time jobs while retaining more than 1,200 existing positions. University of Illinois mourning the death of a Nobel Prize-winning professor. Theoretical physicist Anthony James Leggett died Sunday at the age of 87. He had been the John D. and Catherine T. MacArthur Professor of Physics at the University of Illinois, Urbana-Champaign since 1983. You're locally up to date from the Stevie J Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Jim Miller.
People are already speculating who might be coming back for the Illinois basketball team. I can't. I don't have that right now. I just it'll come, and so when the season's over, then all that speculation. But this is the age of the NIL, the age of let's just no rules. Here, I thought they were getting $11 every time somebody bought their jersey. How exciting! And it turned into $4 million per quarterback, $5 million a quarterback, or whatever it is. It's just gotten nuts. And so people want limits. Then when the limits happen, guess what? They cheat because they go over the limit. I don't know. I think we ought to do that with meteorology. We ought to just pay these guys crazy numbers to get the best one.
No, I think we make Neil Saban some type of, college football chairman of the board.
Nick Saban, I think.
Nick Saban. What did I say?
Neil.
All right. That's his brother, maybe.
Yeah, well,
might have a
late
brother.
night last night. Anyway, you heard his testimony. He was testifying someplace about this.
Yeah.
That's my 2 cents on it.
Yeah, and I'm not. I don't know if the federal government is the answer either. I just know that when there are limits, teams like the teams that have always been there kind of tend to have all the good players. And why do you think that happens? Because they pay them.
Yeah.
And so when you have a limit, nobody's going by the limit in the upper echelons. They won't. The coaches won't know about it. It's plausible deniability. It's the booster, the guy over there, the guy that threw the guy that just have no idea of the system.
Yeah,
that's just how it's always been. That's just they get paid. And so now all of a sudden, this comes along and every college has a billionaire. And so if they decide...
I thought you went to college to get an education. Am I wrong?
I don't think they're talking about class schedules anymore. I just don't.
Right.
I think they're talking about what's the deal.
So it's like triple A or minor leagues, and
it is
to the stepping stone to professional sports, right?
Well,
that's what we're doing these days.
Everybody wants to go to the league. 2% make it. 2. And so what's bad is the Northern Illinois, the Eastern Illinois, the Illinois states are now your true G League. Because if your guy gets any good, he ain't staying, and they can't afford to keep him. That doesn't seem fair. Mm-hmm. So what are you playing for? We're playing for Cinderella. Why? Because I wasn't good enough to get money at Illinois.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole thing is professional now. I mean, you have a lot of kids that aren't getting anything, but not in football, basketball. If you're going to play, you're going to pay, or you're not going to get them to come.
Speaking of which, NIU, new football head coach, new basketball head coach.
Oh, boy.
Especially basketball is just, I don't know why they can't get that program
Here's why.
going.
One of my best friends in my life is Rob Judson, and he was head coach there for a while. It's a transit commuter. I mean,
it's a commuter school. Well, yeah, back when I was going there.
There's nobody that is there on the weekend.
No, I went home to work, but I had to work.
Well, Rob won a division championship, which had never happened when he was at Northern, and he was, and they got the new Convocation Center, which was amazing.
Yeah, it's a gorgeous place.
Gorgeous place. It's just hard to. He went to every fraternity, every sorority, every one of them to try and get their support, and there just wasn't enough people on Saturday to come. So it's a hard school to coach basketball, and he won 76 games, which is like third all time. Mm-hmm. Anyway, it's a hard one. Listen, but the ISUs and the Southerns, and it just, dang. I mean, you get good, you're gone. And that's what it is now. Why would they be able to transfer 4 times? I mean, maybe once, but I don't know. I think the thing's kind of goofed up. But it's nice to see the parity, because there's a lot of teams that can find a richer guy that can help with all this stuff.
True.
So I like the fact that everybody can now compete, and you're seeing schools that are, right with everybody, that you never challenge Kansas, you never challenge Kentucky, you never challenge Duke. Now there are plenty of good teams that are at least sniffing it.
So a fair number, a higher percentage become really Cinderella teams.
Well, yeah, and if they're gonna be there, it's gonna be a one and done. Because if you're not staying you're just not gonna stay at the G League schools, which is unfair to those. They have great players that come out. They stay 4 years, and actually fans love them, but they just don't do that anymore. Because if you're going to Eastern Illinois and somebody's paying you $1,000 with book money and all that, and then somebody's offering you $100,000 or $200,000 because you jump that good in talent and you can make a D1 program better. I mean, a major 4. So it's just dominated by that, and they've got to. I don't know what they're going to do, because I think limits mean the normal people cheat. So, all right, can't solve it today. 8:12 here. Let's check meteorologist Greg Solier, brought to you by Carl.
Reminding you can visit your doctor at your kitchen table or couch is a good place to see your provider as they organize the virtual visits and bring healthcare to where you are. You can schedule a virtual convenient care appointment at mycarl.com.
All right, sir. What you know about our weather moving forward after a lot of rain over the last week?
Yeah, and on the past 18 hours or so, another inch and a quarter, inch and a half, 155 Willard and Savoy. Have a report down here around Arthur at 115. I believe we're at 125 at Danville. Got some viaduct flooding going on around Tolono, and let's see, in Macon County as well. Wish we could get our Philo guy up and going. He has a rain gauge, so we'll see what transpires there. But in any event, the back end of this main rain area moving across Indiana, powerful storms south of Fort Wayne, right on about the Brickyard, right down to a little bit west of about Evansville. But another swath of rain is coming up from the south and southwest, kind of along this boundary that will continue to generate a drop-off in temperatures. We'll hold in the upper 50s and lower 60s, slide through the 40s during the course of late morning and afternoon, with additional spells of rain to come through the area. No severe, but maybe another quarter to half inch of rain. We'll take it, I guess, with westerly winds turning northerly. They'll gust better than 30 miles per hour this afternoon. Blustery, colder tonight, clearing after midnight down to 29. Sunshine lighter in tomorrow. More seasonal highs. That's where we ought to be at about 47. 39 and rising on a south wind of 40 miles per hour tomorrow night. That'll swing to the west on Friday to 40 miles per hour with a high near 56 degrees and a partly sunny sky. More moisture. It's going to get a little messy around here, I think. 52 on Saturday. Then Saturday night, Sunday, some rain, maybe a couple of thunderstorms in spots Sunday afternoon. But the early morning hours of Sunday from here northward could have some snow. Then blustery, colder weather only in the 30s by day, mid-teens, the low 20s at night for Monday and Tuesday on, again, a midwinter feel and another messy snow, rain, back over to a couple of thunderstorms and temps moderating into the 40s for Wednesday of next week. For Stephen Day Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solja.
All right, buddy. Thanks so much. In the 60s right now, but again, I mentioned next Tuesday morning, you can wake up to about 13. So
wow.
That's brief. It'll get 60 by next
Sure,
Friday.
we're just so all over the place. There's so many people that, might get headaches and the weather affects their health, and with these big sweeping changes, I know that's a factor.
Well, it's March, but you do have basketball.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're excited about basketball, there's a lot to be excited about. Unity High School's coach Matt Franks was in last hour.
Yes.
Talked about his Rockets taking on Peoria Manual tomorrow and the incredible season at 33-2.
That's right.
With the only loss twice to Teutopolis, who they beat in the championship of the sectional.
Unbelievable.
Peoria Manual plays a 3A schedule. This is 2A now. So Peoria Manual's 9 losses, but they play up a lot of good teams. The 3A team that the Rockets played was Joliet, and Unity beat them by 15. So
okay.
I don't think they're afraid, but they know Peoria is the real deal, and they beat their super sectional opponent by 30.
Game tomorrow at 2:30. If we were to lose, which I don't like to talk about it, but yet we need to be prepared. We got the Quincy Notre Dame Farragut game after our game, so around 4:35, and then it could be that 8:30 for that third and fourth place finish. But if not, if we win, then we'll go on to Saturday. And 34,000 people coming to town for that IHSA basketball tournament.
How do they know that?
Each of the turnstiles turn over each day, and they
What if I come and I don't go to the game? What if I don't go to the game, but I'm in town at a hotel?
Right.
Maybe they don't want to. Maybe they get there, and some people can't go, but partly go. And I just think it's fascinating how they estimate the money, the impact. They've gotten all the numbers and the charts and the history.
I've heard some tourism people give their presentations, and there's a lot when it comes to credit card use.
Yep.
And where the charge bank is
now, if you just come
located.
to my business, right? I mean, you just there's definitely benefits to the restaurants and hotels.
Absolutely.
So anyway, good to have them in town. It's an exciting time. All 4 classes will determine 4 state champions. Let's see if Unity High School, Philo Unity, can be in there. That would be really awesome to have Philo Unity a state champion.
Get out with that. I mean, the hub of Unity High School is in Tolono.
I think that's awesome. It's a good little suburb of our town.
I don't know why you're starting
Tolono.
the Philo Unity
I
versus
just think it's fair.
Tolono Unity.
Someday we'll go
to me, let's just call it Unity.
And not Tolono Unity.
I mean, they say Tolono because that's the town that it's in.
I understand
whatever.
that. I think it should be Pasodum Unity for a season. And Sedoris
we'll
Unity
rotate around.
and Sydney Unity.
That's
no,
right.
it is a 5-town compilation that has turned into a real incredible campus. If you've never been out there, see if they'll give you a tour. It's unbelievable. It is a campus that looks like a small college.
My parents in the class of 49 at Tolono Community High School.
Yeah, that was before Unity.
That's right. Talked about the formation of Unit 7 and was actually being pitched. Philo Pasodum, Sydney Sedoris, Tolono.
That would have been bad. It's kind of like the formerly known artist as Prince. That was so confusing.
But there you go with Philo on top and Tolono on
there
the
you
bottom.
go. All right, now let's call You got 1 minute.
It's hilarious. Okay, well, we've got some Big Ten tournament going on with Northwestern beating Penn State yesterday and Maryland over Oregon. They've got games. So we'll start out with Iowa, Maryland at 11. Northwestern and Indiana will be a 5:30 game. We'll have Minnesota and Rutgers at 8 o'clock. Our Illini as a 4 seed and a triple bye will play Friday at 1:30. And Keaton Wagler has gotten so many accolades, including Big Ten Freshman of the Year.
I think he made the first team, didn't he?
He did.
Yeah. No, he said it's incredible.
Mm-hmm.
It's the most shocked freshman that we didn't expect but got.
Yeah.
ever
Shawnee,
in my lifetime.
Kansas.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
Here he comes.
All right, as you celebrate the special person in your life, give them the love letter that lives on, an estate plan. Preparing an estate plan ensures your family and financial goals are met after you're gone. We never know when the inevitable will come, of course. According to the survey from Caring.com, about half of Americans, 60% actually, do not have an up-to-date estate plan. Complete a message to my loved ones, no matter your stage in life. It's all from Busey Wealth Management. Packet will help you outline your life, your legacy, your wishes through fill-in-the-blank style questions. It might not seem relevant. Maybe they should have multiple choice. You always like those tests better. Well, I'll take that one. Packet helps you outline your life. It might not seem relevant right now, but believe me, the people in your life will appreciate knowing what you're thinking. For more advice on estate planning and other financial topics, connect with Busey on Facebook, Twitter, or LinkedIn. Busey Wealth Management, there to guide you through the estate planning process. Call 800-67-BUSEY to discuss your wishes and to request a message to my loved ones. Investment product services not FDIC insured, may lose value, no bank guarantee. Busey's been around 158 years. You're always welcome to text in 217-359-2255. On our Fisher National Bank text line, we have Bracket Challenge. We will tell you about that coming up after our Fox Business Minute. Your chance to get into ours. As you enter everything else, you can be in ours as well. Details coming up.
I'm Taylor Riggs, and this is the Fox Business Report.
The Consumer Price Index rose 0.3% in February, up 0.2 excluding food and energy. For the year ending in February, the CPI was up 2.4%, and core CPI for the year, excluding food and energy, rose 2.5%. The annual numbers are in line with expectations and suggest inflation held steady last month. The February report does not include any impact from higher oil prices from the conflict in Iran. Campbell's is lowering expectations for the year after its earnings for the recent quarter were disappointing. Snack sales declined, though demand for Rayo sauces and other products for meals was strong. Zara's parent company Inditex says sales are improving despite some impact from the war in the Middle East. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Jenny Cosola. Invested in you.
From around the world,
Trey Yingst joining us from Tel Aviv, Israel.
To Washington,
I'm Mike Emanuel.
To your own backyard. If the story impacts you or your wallet, we're on it. It's the Fox News Rundown. We give every story the deeper look it deserves with must-listen interviews and smart analysis from the voices you can trust. Start your day with the Fox News Rundown. Listen and follow now at foxnewsrundown.com or wherever you get your favorite podcasts.
When the storm rolls in, where will you go? Don't wait until it's too late. Protect your family with a custom storm shelter from Berg Septic and Storm Shelter Services. At Berg Tanks, their shelters are fiberglass and plate steel safe rooms that can be installed in your garage or exterior, in ground, or on a concrete pad. Built to withstand the toughest storms, giving you a safe, secure place when you need it most. Whether you need a compact unit for a small space or a larger shelter for the whole family, they've got you covered. Their expert team handles everything from excavation to installation so you can have peace of mind before the next storm strikes. Berg Septic also specializes in septic pumping, new system installation, grease trap cleanings, repairs, and maintenance plans to keep your home running smoothly. Call Berg Septic and Storm Shelter Services today at 217-367-8632 or visit them online at bergtanksinc.com. That's BERG Tanks Inc. Yeah, we are doing a bracket challenge that begins Sunday night, and you'll have 3 days to fill yours out.
Yeah,
and while you enter everything else, you might as well enter ours for a chance at season football tickets from Illinois.
I love it. University of Illinois Golf, that orange and blue course. You can get your season passes now. Mike Wallner will hook you up. Urbana Park District is in on the fun with their spring break in the pool next week. Legacy Solar, as you get an energy estimate from Walter Pierce. Kramer Siding and Window, been helping you with superior exterior since 1955. Moe's Burrito Bar and Grill.
It's in the old JBJ's building.
Yeah,
right?
next to Bacon and Ben Busker.
I heard that's super authentic.
Yes.
And that's down the street at Neil at the Bend, kind of.
Yep. You'll want to check that out and have some food. And
I want to get a burrito. Probably could
right.
get one of those, couldn't I? Could I order and pick up or something?
You could.
Moe's.
M-O.
M-O.
Apostrophe S.
Yeah.
Moe's Burritos.
Okay.
And available on Facebook if you want to check out the menu. They've got some food trucks around too. So glad for having them on board for our bracket challenge.
Yep.
And it'll be StevieJay.com. The brackets are then, after Selection Sunday, then imported into the brackets through the ESPN realm.
Yep.
And that's on Sunday evening then?
Should be.
Okay.
Yeah. By about, let's see, brackets announced about 5 women before that. And then the men are, I think, right at 5 o'clock. And then by 6 o'clock, we got a bracket.
Okay.
So hopefully.
And essentially through like Wednesday the 18th.
Yeah,
then?
Wednesday, we'll shut it off Wednesday. Theoretically, you could fill it out till like 11 a.m. when the tip starts Thursday. But we'll make the deadline Wednesday night.
Okay.
So get her
Sounds
done. And then there's people that will not remember what they picked with which pool.
Sure.
So you'll get contacted if you happen to win. And again, our grand prize will be the season football tickets for Illinois football, coming off their winningest 2 seasons ever in the history of the University of Illinois. Okay, a few texts coming in.
Well, somebody wants some Blackberry Smoke tickets at the Virginia on Saturday night. We also have chime in about, do Republicans have any other platform to run other than fear and boogeymen?
Okay. What does the progressive, Trump's bad.
Okay.
Evil man, Nazi, bad man, Trump's bad. What do you want to do? Trump is bad. What do you want to do, though? Trump's really bad. That's all you got.
Well, and that's sort of what Rick is saying. Steve and Diane, I've had several of my Democratic liberal friends make derogatory comments about Trump and the U.S. and our war effort in Iran, and my response to them is always the same. Thanks for supporting Iran. And they just stare back.
Yeah, well,
idiots.
See, name calling won't help children.
359-2255.
Welcome.
If you want to chime in on the Fisher National Bank text.
You can't deny. Mark Penn, who's a Democratic pollster, said there's no denying the success of this campaign. But yet, find me somebody besides Fox News that will tell you anything good about anything going on. We have taken down an evil empire in a week. And people have died. It's horrible. But you're talking about hundreds of thousands that have died at the hands of this regime over 47 years, including at least 1,000 of our service members. And they've been blowing up people in Gaza for how long with Hamas? And from Lebanon, Hezbollah, and from the Houthis in Yemen? I mean, this is all Iran-backed.
All I know is trouble in the Middle East.
It's just, and we have funded it. Barack Obama had $6 billion or whatever the number was, billions, and same for Joe Biden. Why? Well, because we were making a deal. You trust them? If we know they're the number one state sponsor of terror, the things that blow up like the Beirut, and all those 280-some military people died, and nothing happened after that. That was during Ronald Reagan's period. There were 2 explosions like that. Anyway, I don't know how it's risky. Of course, that's why no other president ever would have done this. But what if it worked? What if we actually had a friend in Iran? What would that mean? Unbelievable. And yes, you're going to deal with these radicals that want to blow themselves up because that's what they deem to be what their goal is, to have paradise if you're a martyr. So it's just, when you're talking about the whole change of the southern hemisphere with Venezuela, and now Cuba is probably not far from being whatever they're going to be, but it's not going to be Venezuela. It's not going to be Cuba anymore. And the communist area of our world is going to go away. And now we have a possible, the bully of the Middle East is going to be gone. And by the way, has anybody seen the son of the former Ayatollah who's been named the new leader? Has anybody seen him? You've seen these tapes of him. Is he alive? You know, Israel's targeting him already. So if he comes out, then there's people on the ground that are giving unbelievable intelligence and allowing us to know who's where. And we're not even sure who's got next. And if this guy's got next, but he was wounded and his wife and kids were tragically killed and all these other, it's sad when people die, but it's really bad when you kill people. And so we're trying to stop all that and at least put it off. Maybe it's all inevitable. I don't know. But I deem this as an amazing positive for the Middle East and the world when the big bad bully that kills people is gone. They don't have much left now. And they're not going to be able to mine and put bombs in the Straits of Hormuz. In fact, can't let that happen. Then China's going to have to get involved because 20% of their stuff comes from that Strait of Hormuz. So it's been an unbelievable campaign by our military heroes. Unbelievable skill, unbelievable talent to be able to do what we've done, pinpoint strikes, took out their air defense. We can fly over there in a Cessna if we want. Nothing's going to happen. That's amazing.
Yeah.
And, of course, Iran saying, we've got you right where we want you. Okay. Right. Okay, news coming up. You're welcome, 217-359-2255. I am Stevie J. That is Diane Ducey.
Good morning.
This is Wednesday. It's March 11, and it is full March Madness for the Unity High School Rockets as they play tomorrow at the State Farm Center at 2:30 tip against Peoria Manual.
Yes.
All right, more now on the brackets.
It's Stevie J Broadcasting's Bracket Challenge as we get into March Mayhem with ESPN 93.5 in our radio cluster. Our listeners will take a shot at guessing which team will go all the way and win some cool prizes. Kramer Siding and Window has their showroom on Country Fair Drive in Champaign. Legacy Solar with Walter Pierce, an energy consultant, to give you a free estimate. Plus Urbana Park District with terrific summer camps and job opportunities. And the University of Illinois Golf Course in Savoy with this season's passes ready to go. All saying, go Illini. Will you make the call on this year's Cinderella story or the underdog uprising? Be prepared to head to StevieJ.com and get your bracket challenge done as the 87th edition of the tournament is scheduled to begin right after St. Patrick's Day with the conclusion at Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis, April 6th. Will you predict who's in the championship game? The Bracket Challenge from Stevie J Broadcasting. Get ready to visit StevieJay.com.
Fox News, I'm Therese Crowley. U.S. naval forces blow up 16 of Iran's mine-laying ships in the Strait of Hormuz to protect the flow of oil. Fox's Trey Yingster, Tel Aviv.
CENTCOM released new video overnight showing U.S. strikes against Iranian mine-laying vessels. This comes as the Wall Street Journal reports less than 10 mines have been laid in the Strait of Hormuz, this critical oil passage where 20% of the world's oil passes through.
Iranian officials say the new Ayatollah was wounded in the legs on the first day of Operation Epic Fury. Severe spring tornadoes south of Chicago leave 2 dead, injuries 2 in Lake Village, Indiana. Between extreme weather and the government partial shutdown, airport travel delays reaching 3 and 4 hours at airport security lines. Some 300 TSA agents reportedly quit, not getting paychecks as Democrats refuse to fund it. America's listening to Fox News.
Here's a look at local news. Well, CSL building a new manufacturing facility at the company's Kankakee campus. Governor says $1.5 billion project will create 300 new full-time jobs while retaining more than 1,200 existing positions. University of Illinois mourning the death of a Nobel Prize-winning professor. Theoretical physicist Anthony James Leggett died Sunday at the age of 87. He had been the John D. and Catherine T. MacArthur Professor of Physics at the University of Illinois Urbana-Champaign since 1983. More than a dozen polling locations closed Election Day in Champaign County, that due to an election judge shortage. Champaign County Clerk Aaron Ammons announcing that 15 polling locations are going to be closed March 17. All early voting and Election Day locations are available to any voter or any person eligible to be a voter in Champaign County. You're locally up to date from the Stevie J Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Jim Miller.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for Central Illinois. Champaign-Urbana vicinity. Hopefully you made it through A-OK in the barrages. Severe weather. Now it's the soaking rains. An inch to an inch and a half already noted across the area. And climbing on area rain gauges. Cloudy, windy, colder days worth of weather. Temperatures on the way down already will settle into the lower 40s by evening time. As winds swing to the northwest and north, we'll get a break in the rainfall mid-morning and more rain back in this afternoon. Gone by this evening as we clear it off, drop the winds back and settle back to 29. Sunshine seasonal tomorrow at 47 on lighter winds. winds will pick up tomorrow night, 39 and rising at 40-mile-an-hour southwest to southwest. They'll hit 40 to 45 miles per hour out of the west during Friday, partly sunny, and 56. Back to somewhat cooler weather, becoming cloudy on Saturday, 52. Saturday night into Sunday, more rain may begin as perhaps some snow to the north of Champaign. Highs up to about 59 to 60 on Sunday, maybe some thunderstorms late in the day. Colder weather Monday and Tuesday, highs low to mid-30s with a couple of snow showers and flurries in for Monday as well. For Stevie J Broadcasting, I'm Meteorologist Greg Soldier.
Support Habitat for Humanity of Champaign County as they kick off the build season with a salute to women, volunteers, crew leaders, and homeowners. Participate in the 2 free financial education courses with a home buying seminar from Busey and Home Ownership 101, sponsored by United Way. Check out the Restore monthly discount calendar, getting bargains on beds or lawn and garden items this month. For details, visit cuhabitat.org.
Here's what somebody recently said at Pards in Urbana. I was there just a few minutes, and somebody came up and asked if I needed help. And they were incredible, helped me find the size of boot I needed, and then I bought a second pair too. Everything was friendly, everything was excellent. Visit Pards in Urbana, 206 North Maple, between Main and University in Urbana. It's Pards Western Shop since 1968. Or go online and visit pards.com, pards.com.
Jesse with Lands Drain Cleaning and Underground Solutions. Hey, do you have sewer blockages, problems? Are your toilets gurgling? Why deal with the headache? Call Lands Drain Cleaning and Underground Solutions today. We can come out and clean your line, camera it, show you what the problem is, and then we have an expert underground team that can make those repairs. 217-355-5512. We are here for you when you need us. Lands Drain Cleaning and Underground Solutions. Why call anyone else?
Jay Lehman here, former U of I All-American linebacker. Do you like steak? Do you like red meat? Well, if you do, you got to check out Long Branch Steakhouse. They had phenomenal steaks, sides, salads. I love the onion rings and the fried mushrooms as well as the fried pickles. You've got to check out Long Branch Steakhouse in beautiful downtown Gifford. That's right, make the trip to Gifford for some of the best steaks you'll have. Kids love it too. I brought my whole family. I'll see you at Long Branch Steakhouse in downtown Gifford.
Think you have to settle for mediocre car insurance to save money? Think again. It's possible to get superior coverage and still save money with Erie Insurance. Customers who switched to Erie saved up to $951. It pays to compare. Switch and save with Erie.
Your Erie agent in Champaign is Thomas & Ellers Insurance.
Annual savings based on new customers surveyed in March 2022 who reported savings when switching auto insurance. Individual premiums and savings will vary.
Come celebrate Carpet Weaver's Flooring and Furniture Gallery's anniversary sale. You'll find savings store-wide. The installation is half off Mohawk's waterproof luxury vinyl floors. The installation is free on Mohawk carpet. Get up to $1,000 instant rebate on Mohawk carpets and floors. Plus, buy it all with 2 years free financing. It's the perfect time for those home updates. Don't miss the anniversary sale going on now at Carpet Weavers.
All right, ESPN 93.5, final segment really of the show. RGB is your tip of the morning, the new television that Steve Suderman described from Nashville this morning.
Mm-hmm.
There's always something coming, and this is the new one. Well, the fact that he said you can have a 130-inch flat screen, 130 inches is, well, over 10 feet.
Yeah.
And 10 feet, 10 inches.
Man.
And it's supposed to be bright and clear and just like, well. So anyway, he spoke from Nashville in the last hour about that. And that's coming. It'll be on the Good Vibes showroom floor in about 60 days. If you're curious and you want to drop in there in the next few months. By the way, did I do a shout out for the DMV Ground Barn?
Maybe it was a few weeks ago.
Yeah, I went in and I had to do an eye test for driver's license.
Yes.
And
you have to lock everything in online ahead of time now, right?
Right, and I was
I've
been going to the really good one down in Tuscola. Very friendly, nice people. But normally you get whatever number it is, you sit down, and you have no idea, right?
Right.
You don't know when your number's coming. So I was very apprehensive about getting an appointment, DMV in Round Barn, Champaign. And I said, I'll try it. So I had a time, and I had to stand in a little line to check in. And then I get a picture taken immediately. And then I sit. and I hear them starting to call people, and I see about 4 people ahead of me.
Uh-oh.
And so I am there maybe 35 minutes in total.
Okay.
Nice man named Ralph came up and said that we had him on the show about his fundraisers, and I said, happy to do it again for you.
Okay, good.
But I thought the overall experience was less stressful because you could sit there for hours, right? You don't know. And so I thought they did a good job. And the DMV never gets just good shout out.
You're right.
So I am shouting out the Champaign DMV, and the appointment thing worked out. And I had to go to the Social Security office, and I thought that went pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
So when it's good, I'm going to say I'm not a huge government guy.
Right.
But good for you. You did a good job. And I would say you're there and you say, just go in and expect an hour and a half. And when it's 30 minutes, you're really happy.
Right.
So it was good. It worked very well.
Well, as far as complimenting government, I know we went to a Village of Tolono meeting, and Tolono Fun Day Festival wants to be big on June 26th and 27th because we're celebrating America's 250. And they took a straw poll and are going to give us some money.
The Villages?
Yeah.
How many million?
We got, a certain amount of money for the fireworks every year.
Well, that's like 50 grand, though, isn't it? It costs a lot of money to do fireworks.
Everything is so much more.
It's just so much more.
And if you want to make a big splash and have nice entertainment on a nice stage, maybe, some bands and things like that.
We've got to pay for the bands now.
I know.
Yeah.
They get incentives to their
Why don't you get somebody new like the Feud and Hillbillies? They're pretty good.
Well, actually, for the 4th of July, we're hearing Captain Rat's going to reunite with some of the members that are still living and some more young people.
Oh, boy.
I know.
Captain Rat. Unbelievable. And it's Captain Rat.
I was at a meeting yesterday, then talking about the Champaign County Freedom Celebration and how obviously that one's on the 4th of July. And the committee of volunteers have decided to go back with the regular 5K and the regular parade route at 11:05 and then have the evening program after 6 and the fireworks around 9:15. All of the things. And I was suggesting, maybe the cities of Champaign, Urbana, and Savoy, and, really Champaign County, all of them could pony up a little bit so we wouldn't have to chase after all the sponsorship money on that. But if you're interested in any of these things, it's just an online search away to be a part of things and join me in my quest for a big patriotic party. It's going to be great. Oh, there's Captain Rat and the Blind Ribbons now.
Going to Pasadena. Let it go. And they're telling California that we'll be seen.
I just, if you've been in this business a while, you flash back every time you mention something like that.
Yeah.
It's a brand new origin.
And some people may remember WLS.
Absolutely.
Larry Lujack, Tommy Edwards, John Reckers, Landecker, Jeff Davis, who does our sound for WGKC 105.9.
That's right.
I was in an elevator at an Illinois football game during that season, and the elevator was going down with a bunch of media people. And I saw Les Grobstein, who was the sports guy with Larry Lujack.
Okay.
He did mornings, and they give him a whole bunch of business. And I said, have you heard of a song, Captain Rat and the Blind Ribbons? He said, no. I said, this is really cool. And I had a cassette of this song in my pocket. And I said, here. And Les Grobstein went to WLS, played it for Larry Lujack, and this is why it got played in Chicago. Because I gave him the cassette.
The Fighting Illini and Pasadena.
I think that, who's the guy?
Roger Pillerman?
Captain, who's the captain?
Well, I mean...
I don't know. But whoever it was knew that I did that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just a 50-year-old story that nobody would recognize. But it was really popular in 1983 when we went to the 84 Rose Bowl. We'd won 10 straight games. I remember David Williams on the tunnel at a basketball game where I was said, we're going to find an all-new Fighting Illini. And I just remember thinking, I don't want a new Illini. I want the one that just won 10 in a row. Don't change anything. You're doing great. And, of course, we lost 45-9.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. And the whole Dick Enberg comes out at the beginning of the broadcast. There's been food poisoning in UCLA, and 8 players can't play. And I'm going, we're going to crush these guys. Oh, oops. Wasn't even close.
Right.
Anyway, it was really fun. And Captain Rat and Blind Rivets made me flashback.
There you go.
8:43. But yeah, that'd be great for the Tolono Fun Days if you were to garner something like that. But Feud and Hillbillies got to be one of the better bands around.
Right.
They're real good.
Well, I'm talking the 4th of July, the Champaign County Freedom Celebration.
You're talking Captain Rat for that. Okay.
Captain Rat for that.
They have locked it in.
Right.
Okay, that's hot.
And
That's good
Tolono
stuff.
Fun Day is working with some other people who might be coming up from Nashville.
Is that kind of the Jimmy Buffett kind of a feel?
Sort of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they also got a Jimmy Buffett. Who's the band that does?
The Boat Drunks.
Boat Drunks. Yeah, Boat Drunks are great. And so you got, those are the two probably most famous over the decades.
Right. Tons of Fun was big.
Tons of Fun's had
With
had
the horn section.
Chicago kind of a feel.
Earth, Wind, and Fire sound.
Yeah. Larry Fredrickson, the greatest drummer ever in Champaign County for sure. We've had quite the local band.
REO Speedway, for that matter.
Champaign.
Exactly.
How about us?
Exactly.
The people don't have any idea what we're talking about. We are really welcome to the 70+ show. And thanks for listening out there. Have you had your protein today?
But it is good to bring it up.
Bring
though,
the tight
Stevie.
socks to your knees for the circulation. Yeah, keep that going.
We need to keep this great music tradition in our town alive.
No, we got lots of the red line, all that stuff. All right, 8:44.
Football season is over, but there's still plenty to bet at Circus Sports. From pro to college basketball, hockey, and everything in between, Circus Sports has it all. Circus Sports isn't just sports betting, it's sports betting the way it should be. High betting limits, tight money line splits, and best of all, no bet fees. Whether you're looking for futures on March hoops, props on your favorite players, and more, Circus Sports has you covered. Download the Circus Sports app or visit circusports.com today. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
This is Eric Boland with Provident Financial Group. Unfortunately, there is no one-size-fits-all retirement plan. Finding the right plan for you depends on many factors. The good news is we can help improve your retirement readiness, whatever your situation. Contact us today at 217-366-3456 or find us online at providentfinancialgroupllc.com.
Securities offered through Raymond James Financial Services, Inc., member FINRA SIPC. Provident Financial Group is not a registered broker-dealer and is independent of Raymond James Financial Services. Investment advisory services offered through Raymond James Financial Service Advisors, Inc.
All right, 8:45, ESPN 93.5 Sports Headlines.
You might want to get that audio on Keaton Wagler queued up because he's just got so many accolades coming his way as the All Big Ten freshman team and first team All-American candidate and big-time Big Ten Freshman of the Year.
Good kid.
Your Big Ten Freshman of the Year. First one to win it since Kofi Coburn back in 2020. Remember the overall recruiting rankings. Oh, they weren't perfect, were they? Almost 18 points per game is an Illinois freshman scoring record. And sure enough, Keaton Wagler joins us to talk about being the Big Ten Freshman of the Year. And we referenced it there on the graphic. Your ranking coming out of high school was, they were like, according to them, 7 billion people.
Yeah, I would get that kid from the Big Ten. He could host a radio show. That kid right there talking.
Yeah.
Personality.
Yeah.
Who were better than you at basketball, apparently. How is it possible you were this far under the radar?
To be honest, I couldn't really tell you. I think maybe it was just, where I was from and then not playing on a shoe brand circuit team for AAU. Coaches just weren't really focused in on us. But, for me, it was just, trusting my coach, to put me in front of, high-level coaches. And if I go out there and perform, then the right coaches will find me.
What was Brad Underwood's recruitment of you like?
It was kind of crazy. The first time I ever talked to him, I was on the middle of a mid-major, on the way to a mid-major visit, and he called me. And the first time I talked to him, he gave me an offer. So it was kind of crazy, but I'm glad he did.
What did he say when he offered you?
He was just saying that he saw some film of me. His son Tyler Underwood really liked me, and he said he was gonna offer me. And it was funny because right when he said that, I lost connection with him. So I was like, "Oh my God, did this really happen?"
No, see what you were doing. You were just taking high status. You were like, "Sorry, bro, I'm at a mid-major visit. You can wait."
That's funny.
There you go.
Keaton Wagler, and again, I think after the Purdue game, things changed. They said
46 points.
Scored 46, and then it changed, saying, "Oh, okay. We're going to foul you 15 times a game. The referee's going to call 10 of them." And I think it's made him tired. I think he's tired. He's 6'6" and 180. He used to be 160 pounds.
Yeah.
So I think hopefully this week will give him a little more of a step, but I don't think there's any question when you shove around a kid after a long season. He's never played this many games.
Mm-hmm.
So perhaps I hope he's really ready to go here, because if he gets his shot, there's a real good chance he's going to make it. And I was watching some NBA, and the kid last night, Bam somebody, Adebayo had 83 points.
Yes, as Miami Heat went on to beat the Washington Wizards 150-129.
Do you notice something about the NBA?
They're not putting up their arms and defending at all.
That's why Yaka Jonas and Will Riley are doing great, because it's nothing like college. College gets up for 35 games. The NBA gets up for 90. 82 regular, maybe a little playoff action because everybody makes the playoffs. I think I could score 10 a game. I don't think they guard you. I just don't think they guard you, and I think it's wonderful. You'd get your shot, and everybody looks good, and somebody wins by 20, 130, 110.
Bulls beat Golden State in overtime, 130-124.
Yeah, they're not a lot of defense until, and now you get to the playoffs, a different deal.
Right.
They're in your grill because this is for the whole thing. So but regular season, I'd get some shots up because they're not guarding me. They're not guarding me.
With like Lands Inc., we specialize in, we've got an amazing HVAC department that takes care of your furnace, your heat system, air conditioning.
Some
they do
pumps,
that.
yeah.
And for us in Underground, we take care of all your pipes that come into your home, leave your home, and work around your home to keep it dry, your drainage system, sump pumps, things like that. And exactly what you said, if you don't know, a couple decades ago, it was more like, oh, something broke, go fix it, repair it, no big deal. Well, now with the technology, we have cameras, like you said, that we can come in on these orange comfort clubs, and we can camera your sewer lines underneath your house and check them out just to make sure they're fine. If there's something wrong with it, we can show you right then. Truth is in seeing it.
Yeah.
We show it to you, and then you can plan as a homeowner for making those repairs or dealing with that issue later on. If it's an immediate need, at least you're not caught off surprise.
That sewer camera inspection with a proper clean out. I was just learning more at landsinc.com.
At NCAA Championships, noise is made here. Memories are made here. Champions win here. The only thing missing here is you. The National Collegiate Men's Gymnastics Championships, coming to Champaign, Illinois this April. Get your seats at ncaa.com/tickets.
Stevie J here. With Nate Evans of eXp Realty, you'll always get a stress-free sale for the most money.
Sell your home with Nate. Pick the price, pick the day. Go to thenateevansgroup.com.
Look at everyone, the check weather. Free Central Illinois, Champaign, and vicinity. The rough stuff continuing to make its way across Indiana and down towards the Ohio, as in hail and high wind reports. Soaking rains across the area will be winding on down, coming to an end mid-morning. Another band of rain will move in from the west and southwest later this morning and this afternoon. Temperatures all the way down already as winds swing to the northwest and north at 20 to 30 and gusty, down to 29 with gradual clearing and diminishing wind for tonight. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, cooler, and 47. Seasonal for the time of year. South winds pick up 20 to 30, gusts to 40 miles per hour tomorrow night. Temps in the 30s and rising. Windy, not so chilly in the 50s on Friday. Partly sunny. A southwest to west wind gusting better than 40 miles per hour. Becoming cloudy Saturday, cooler at about 52. Saturday night into Sunday, periods of rain might begin as a mix to snow or snow to the north of Champaign. We'll see highs close to 60 on Sunday. A late day thunderstorm chance. Windy, blustery, colder weather. Highs of only 31 Monday, 35 Tuesday. A couple of snow showers and flurries on Monday. More moisture mid next week. For Stevie J Broadcasting, I'm just Greg Solier.
Yeah, the whole NFL free agency and the whole Max Crosby from the Raiders to the Ravens was pretty much vetoed by Baltimore. It was all pending a physical, and apparently Max is coming off a torn meniscus. And
had some surgery, is recuperating, recovering, all of that, but who's to say where this is going to lead?
Well, he's only 28, but boy, if you have a knee that's questionable, you want to give $100 million or whatever the number was going to be for Max Crosby. He's a significant pass rusher, probably get 10, 12 sacks a year, which is a lot. I think the Ravens had 10 sacks all of last year, something crazy. So Max is really going to help the Ravens. I think he was fired up to get out of Vegas because all kind of grown tired. The Raiders aren't very good. They get a chance to play for maybe a better team. Yeah, unusual for a big, very high-profile trade to get vetoed by the team that received the trade because of physical. But
they always say, pending physical, they'll lock in the deal after that. And this one didn't lock in.
Can't blame him if you question whether he can play.
That's right.
I mean, it's a lot of money, but what a letdown for both. Las Vegas is going to get 2 first-round picks.
Right.
Over the next few years, so that was kind of a big deal for them as well.
Right.
Okay, so boys will be on this afternoon. A little more on Fighting Illini getting ready for their 1:30 tip-off or thereabouts. It's after Game 1. Everything in the United Center. I think Northwestern and Maryland advanced last night. And so on we go. I think there are 4 games today and 4 games tomorrow. And
of course, the Illini play Friday at 1:30 as a number 4 seed.
Yeah.
Great to talk with Coach Matt Franks about the Unity Peoria Manual game as the Unity Rockets go to State at the State Farm Center Thursday at 2:30.
And Peoria Manual won by 30-plus points in a running clock in the Super Sectional.
Right.
Johnsburg. So you have Peoria Manual, who's played a 3A schedule, essentially, with 9 losses. But they're very good, and so is Farragut, and so is Quincy Notre Dame.
Mm-hmm.
So you've got, obviously, the Final 4 teams are going to be very, very talented. I think this class at Unity, they're not going to be afraid of them. They're just going to have to play and read the scouting report and do what Coach Franks wants them to do.
That's right.
And you got to make some baskets, right? You got to be able to shoot it and make some shots. I would envision they're a very athletic team that they'll press. But again, I think Unity probably is ready for that. So we'll see. But go Rockets, certainly exciting to be playing at the State Farm Center. It's where we had it for a million years when it was the Assembly Hall, and all those young kids dreamed of being in the Assembly Hall.
David mentioned Will Riley had 22 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists.
Will Riley?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, you take those guys, and again, it's an 82-game schedule. You can't get in the grill like they do in college. You don't have enough energy. You're playing every night. You just can't, and you don't want to give it all until the playoffs because that's all you got left. Listen, most of these guys have 40-game bodies in an 82-game league. It's just they got this and that, and it hurts, and there's recovery time, and how hard do you play during the regular season? Enough to get yourself where you want to be, I guess.
That's right.
And there's some of the exceptional teams that are all over it, and some guys just, they're not very good. The Wizards, who gave up the 83 points to the player, they're not very good. All right, Diane, we will meet tomorrow.
Enjoy the day.
That is Diane Ducey. I am Stevie J. Come back tomorrow. Thursday, we'll be here. John Decker, one of our featured guests tomorrow. Have a great Wednesday.
Actually, I called the provider. It was just going to be a while before I could have service, and I couldn't wait, so I was recommended to Classic. Professionalism, their dependability, credibility, and the service technicians, I wouldn't ever call anybody else.
I truly believe that after people have experienced other companies and then given us a try, they can clearly see the difference.
Visit ClassicPlum.com.
Jackson Hewitt knows taxes are complicated, and with multiple jobs and tax forms, they're like Sonata complicated. Our no surprise pricing keeps things simple. Jackson Hewitt does your taxes for only $149 or less. And since we know all the new tax codes, you could get thousands back. So what are you waiting for? Hurry. File with Jackson Hewitt today for only $149 or less, guaranteed. Limited time offer for new clients on federal returns. Participating locations only. Terms at jacksonhewitt.com/149.
Hi, this is Butch Patrick, TV's Eddie Munster. Did you know that we were the first green family on TV, even though you saw us in black and white? And did you know that Grandpa Munster was making electricity in the dungeon? Well, now you can make your own electricity with Legacy Solar. And even if you don't have a coffin phone, make sure you pick up your phone and call Walter Pierce at Legacy Solar to get a free green evaluation for solar energy. And I'll send along a piece of Munster's autographed artwork as my gift to you for going green. Just call 217-722-4822 and ask for Walter Pierce.
You have money laying all around your house. You just don't know it. And no, I don't mean selling your great-grandma's good china. I mean all the old metal items you don't want to use or get rid of. Don't pay someone to haul it away. Bring it into Max Twin City Recycling and get paid to have it taken off your hands. They love new customers and are more than willing to walk you through their process step by step. Come check them out at 2808 North Lincoln Avenue in Urbana.
Starting it over is what we do at Max Twin City Recycling.
Former Illini Terrence Shannon Jr. of the Minnesota Timberwolves about Ben Quattrone from Sarah Champagne.
What kind of friend has he been?
Unbelievable. Ever since I came to this dealership, me and Ben had interactions. He's been a great person this whole time. It still is. I always would recommend him to anybody about a car or anything. He's always going to be there for you no matter what. He always be behind you. He's just a great person.
Visit sarahchampagne.com. That's SERRA champagne.com. Have you been to Pards in Urbana? Well, you need to go to Pards in Urbana. Here's what people are saying. Great customer service, friendly staff. They treat you like family. I love Pards. I was very impressed. Great service, very neat store. I was greeted and asked if they could help me. That's why you should go. Check them out. It's Pards in Urbana. They're between University and Maine. It's on Maple. Pards in Urbana, or visit pards.com. Pards.com. Here's the deal. When you combine State Farm home and auto insurance, you save an average of $889. State Farm agent Kurt Lenschow is ready to help you combine home and auto and save right here in Champaign-Urbana. Call 352-1411 today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Average annual per household savings based on a 2019 national survey by State Farm of new policyholders who reported savings by switching to State Farm.
At F&B Wealth Management, it's not just about numbers, it's about people and communities. Hi, I'm Ryan Heiser, President and CEO of Fisher National Bank and F&B Wealth Management. Our team is united by a shared passion for helping you achieve your financial goals. We are equipped and eager to work together to craft personalized financial solutions just for you, including retirement planning, risk management through life insurance, long-term care insurance planning, and investment advisory services. Together, we will celebrate milestones, navigate life's transitions, and build a financial future that reflects your values. Experience the difference of a team that truly cares. Visit investwithfnb.com to learn more about dedicated advisors and start your journey toward a financial confidence today.
F&B Wealth Management is a division of Fisher National Bank. F&B securities are not insured by the FDIC, not a deposit or other obligation of or guaranteed by the depository institution, subject to investment risks, including possible loss of the principal amount invested. Securities, insurance, and investment advisory services are offered through Midwestern Securities Trading Company, LLC, MSTC, member FINRA, SIPC. MSTC and F&B are not affiliated.
F&B Wealth Management, supporting exceptional communities full of exceptional people.
This is WSJK Tuscola Champaign.